Hi, it's Stella.
And Tarrant here, and this is Meeple University's What to Expect from Dice Settlers. Released in 2018 after a successful Kickstarter campaign, Dice Settlers is a 4X style dice pool building game. It was designed by David Turczi and published by NSKN Games. The game plays 2 to 4 players competitively with an estimated duration of 90 minutes. It is a light to medium complexity game which plays briskly, meaning players must progress quickly from engine building to point scoring or risk being left behind. The game can also be played solo. In this video, we're showing you components from the Kickstarter Deluxe version of the game, which includes some upgraded components, as well as resources which may be familiar from the Stonemaier Treasure Chest collection of components. In the game, players play as competing groups of settlers, exploring and settling these new lands. Through the game, players will gain new settlers, which are represented by these custom dice, and they will bring these into their groups as they attempt to access more diverse and powerful actions and forge the most successful settlements. Each round of play is split into 2 phases, the roll phase and the actions phase. In the roll phase, each player draws dice from his or her bag and then rolls them, and may spend certain icons in order to manipulate other dice into the icons that they want for their turn. In the actions phase, one at a time, players spend sets of matching icons to take an action, until all players have taken 2 actions for the round. All but one of the players' drawn dice are then spent and cycled through the player's bag for the next round. The more matching icons a player spends at once, the more powerful the action will be, and so players will typically spend the roll phase trying to manipulate their dice into a high frequency of just a few specific icons so that they can then maximize the efficiency of the 2 actions that they can take in each round. And players need to balance their overall pool of dice to ensure that they retain enough of the icons required for manipulation in order to fully utilize their more powerful actions. The icons on the dice will allow players to take the typical suite of 4X actions. They can explore, spending compasses to add new tiles to the board and gain some placement bonuses as reward for doing so. They can expand, spending campfires to place new tents onto the board and expand into new areas and terrains. They can exploit, recruiting new settlers that match their territories, using those settlers to harvest resources, and then trading those resources for victory points, or spending them in order to develop engine building technologies. And they can exterminate, spending rifle icons to replace their opponent's tents with their own. Note, however, that the game does not need to be played aggressively in this manner. The primary purpose of raiding is to gain controls of tiles for their victory points and their bonuses, not simply to wipe out your opponents as a matter of principle. There is no player elimination, and there is no direct victory point incentive just for attacking weak players. A tile is generally controlled by the player or players with the most tents on it. However, when a player has 3 more tents than any other player on a space, he or she may upgrade them to a house. The house grants permanent control of the tile irrespective of the tents present on it. Players score an increasing number of points for each subsequent house they place, and controlling tiles grants end-of-game victory points as well as some in-game bonuses. The game plays quickly and can escalate from early engine building to the end of the game in only 9 or 10 rounds, which emphasizes efficient play from the players. Players control the end of the game, which is triggered by running out of map tiles, by having too few dice remaining for players to recruit, by running out of a predetermined count of victory points gained for trading, or if a player places his or her 5th house. Players add the points that they've already gained for trading resources to points for technologies they've researched, houses they've built, tiles they control, and dice they've recruited, and the player with the most points wins. The game also comes with a solo mode, in which the player plays a 2-player game against an automa, which chooses its actions with a rondel and a die roll.
That's what to expect from Dice Settlers.
We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to learn the rules to the game in full, you can click on the link in the description to check out our how to play video for this game.
If you have any comments, feedback, questions, or just want to say hi to us, please write in the comment sections below.
And finally, if you'd like to be among the first to know what's new from Meeple University, please consider subscribing to our channel. You can click on the Meeple in the corner to do so. Doing this will help us to monetize the channel and put back into it to bring continuing quality content for you.
Until next time.